What's up, what's up, what's up, you beautiful and sexy you? You are tuned in to Get What You Want with host Jessica Brothers. Sharing these secrets to feeling powerful, healthy, and ageless so you can stop that cycle you're in and break free to live the incredible quality of life you deserve. Welcome to the Get What You Want podcast. This episode is sponsored by freehealthybook.com. If you would like to know why you feel tired, unmotivated, and can't lose that last weight, and how to start feeling powerful, healthy, and ageless, then go to freehealthybook.com. What's up, what's up, what's up, everyone? Welcome. You are tuned in to Get What You Want podcast with your host, Jessica Brothers. Today, I have my dearest friend and Dr. Michael with me on today's show, and we're going to be talking about the 8-minute secret. This is not your 8-minute abs, but this is a whole 360 solution. So do not cut this interview short. You're going to want to listen all the way to the end and figure out how you can contact Dr. Mike as we talk about this 8-minute secret. And today I am really excited to have Dr. Mike with me. Not only is he an incredible friend, but he's got some incredible knowledge that I'm really excited to dive into today. Just real quick before I have Dr. Mike introduce himself, because he is the Ninja Warrior. So not only do we have that in common when it comes to fitness, but when I met Dr. Mike in Chicago, he introduced me to something that changed my life in a very particular way. And I'm excited for how it's going to affect me long-term. And that is something I really want to talk about today. But before I reveal what it is, Dr. Mike, please introduce yourself. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you, Jessica, for having me on today. And just honored to and pleased to be here and share with your community what the big secret is, the big 8-minute secret.
I love that, the 8-minute secret, right?
8-minute secret.
That's a great title.
Yeah.
So what's your background, Dr. Mike? What do you do?
Okay, so I guess I'll start from the very beginning. I was in the military, U.S. Army Airborne, and so I purposely jumped out of planes I was involved in Operation Desert Storm, and I was a survey guy. And then I got out of the military. I said, enough of that, Army games. I came back home, started working, going to school. I got involved in a car accident, wound up seeing a chiropractor.
Wow.
For the first time in my life. I was 22, and really changed my world, changed my life. It's like 180. And so when I saw that chiropractor, and he changed my life, I decided that's what I wanted to do for a living. And so that's what I've been doing. I've been helping my community for about 22 years now.
Wow.
Yep. So it's just been, amazing to tap into the body's natural healing potential,
All about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's like, when the ER left me out there with no referrals, no follow-ups, no phone calls, no nothing. I was just left to suffer and be in pain on my own. It's like, I don't know what to do, man.
It just goes to show how broken our current health or sick system is.
Yeah.
I mean,
sick care. Yeah.
I mean, you're just left out there, and think about how many other people have experienced that as well. I know I personally have experienced that with before someone recognized an autoimmune disease in me. I was just left out there to figure it out on my own. And there you were, hurt and left out on your own, having to find your own way, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Navigating a compass just navigating through this situation. I had no clue what to do. So I went to a massage therapist. She's like, yeah, but you need to go see a chiropractor. I'm like, what? So I went, and, from that point on, it's been history. So So what I'm doing now is, I'm still in practice after 22 years. And also as an athlete, I've always been athletic. I played a lot of basketball, volleyball, bicycle, motocross, or BMX. And just,
Ninja warrior. Tell
yeah.
what is a ninja warrior, Dr. Mike?
So after all that basketball, traditional sports, I got into American Ninja Warrior style training.
Love it.
And that progressed from a particular home workout that I was doing, and I found out about this show on NBC, and I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm watching these athletes on American Ninja Warrior do their moves on the obstacle course." I'm like, I'm doing that out in the garage. I'm doing that right now. So I'm going to go ahead and apply. And that was, I don't know, 8 years ago, I think.
Wow.
season 6. And so American Ninja Warrior, or that style of competition. Now I say it that way because there's other Ninja Warrior competitions. It's not all American Ninja Warrior like on TV.
Okay.
So there's local competitions that we can compete, and compete at a high level. So I'm honestly, now I'm to the point to where I'm more focused on the local competitions than actual, American Ninja Warrior itself, the TV show.
So even though you injured yourself about 20 years ago, you're doing these ridiculously crazy workouts. Being a chiropractor on top of it, testing your body, would you say that going to the chiropractor over 20 years ago, before we go into the 8-minute secret, which is truly amazing, would you say that the chiropractic world helped you in recovery to be able to do this Ninja Warrior type working out?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, yes, 100%. And the way I explain chiropractic care to people that have never been and really have no idea what it's all about, I simply explain it to them think of your spine like a fuse box in your home. You open up the fuse panel and you get all these breakers, right? And they have wires that connect to the rest of the house. When you trip a breaker, a light doesn't work in the kitchen or something to that effect. So my job as a doctor of chiropractic is to find that breaker and flip the breaker back on, flip that switch, turn it back on.
I love that.
Because now you have electricity and communication from the spinal cord of the nervous system to the peripheral aspects of your body in every part.
Yes.
And every nerve controls a different part of the body. So you got to turn that power on, baby.
Yeah. And I love how you talk about communication, because there's actual things like autoimmunes and other diseases where our communication to cellular communication can be hindered, turned off, right? And I think if you're not in Dallas, which where Dr. Mike is, it's Dallas, correct?
Dallas, Texas.
I just wanted to make sure. Oh my gosh. So if you're not in the vicinity of Dr. Mike, to see him in Dallas, okay, to kind of do that chiropractic work, there's another way you can incorporate communication into your everyday life. And this is the 8-minute secret, because me experiencing in the past an autoimmune disease, and my mind is healed of it, but my body is slowly catching up. This 8-minute secret has been a huge impact on my body since Chicago. So let's talk a little bit about this 8-minute secret, because I'm really excited about this, and I'm excited to hear what you have to say about it. So what is this 8-minute secret, Dr. Mike?
All right. So the 8-minute secret is a therapy that you lay on. It's a full body mat. Some people call it the magic carpet or the magic mat or something to that effect, because all you do is literally you just lay on this mat for 8 minutes, and it employs a frequency or a signal that communicates with every cell in your body. And by doing that, it gives your cells the proper charge and health of the cell. And essentially, it's just recharging your batteries, your cells, and helping your body facilitate the healing process, supporting regulatory processes and systems in your body automatically.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So what is that frequency? What's it called?
Oh yeah. So it's called BEMER, PEMF. It uses PEMF, or pulsed electromagnetic fields, to employ the specific BEMER frequency. BEMER is very, very specific to the frequency of your body.
Love that. So BEMER is BEMER. It is the mat that basically turns on PEMF, which is the frequency for your cells to kind of energize up, kind of reactivate, heal. Would you say that's somewhat correct?
Yeah. So BEMER uses PEMF as the agent to deliver its patented frequency.
Got it. Okay.
To the whole body, and it's very, very specific, more to the microcirculation. And we're talking like capillaries, pre and post capillaries.
Huge.
And so
huge.
You've got roughly 75,000 miles, or 75% of your total circulatory system are those micro vessels.
Yeah.
They're smaller than a hair sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They're just very tiny. And so this patented FDA Class 2 device or therapy specifically targets those areas of the circulatory system.
Absolutely. And for anyone who doesn't understand, let me break this down as simply as I can. Basically, when you activate these little micro hairs, okay, that he's talking about, your cells communicate better. When your cells communicate better, I mean, think about it as a business owner. If your team doesn't communicate, how is your business going to be affected? Or if your family, if you don't communicate with your spouse or your children, we can't read each other's minds. Communication is so important. Otherwise, you're always assuming things, or things get lost in translation. Body language. A text is a perfect thing. When you communicate through text, you never know how to receive that sometimes. It's a broken communication. And your cells do that very similarly. If they don't communicate properly, if these little receptors and everything are not properly working, they're going to miscommunicate, and that's when they start attacking themselves. That's when disease can spread. That's when all these different kinds of symptoms can occur inside our body. So I was just at a naturopathic and holistic conference, okay? And I love going to those conferences because there's some really, really cool things. And then there's a lot of things you're like, yeah, that's not needed. But great idea. And I will say, I came across a couple mats that were not BEMER mats. And I was like, oh, that kind of looks like a BEMER mat. I wonder what Dr. Mike would say about these mats, Sure. And that would be the cue, call Dr. Mike, right? What do you think about these mats FaceTiming you? So why is BEMER the choice compared to others?
That's a very, very good question. And by the way, for those of you that want to contact, my number is 214-240-6200. You can also find me on the internet at drlongacre.bemergroup.com. That's drlongacre.bemer group.com.
Absolutely. And we will put all that stuff in the show notes, depending on what platform you are listening or watching this on as well.
Absolutely. So yeah, going back to your question is a very good question, because I'm asked quite a bit about that. It's like, well, these mats, this therapy is less money and just as effective as BEMER. Why is that the choice? Number one, I'll say BEMER is the only FDA Class 2 cleared device to improve vasomotion or local microcirculation. It's the only one in the world that does what we're talking about hemodynamics and just all the blood flow.
Yeah.
So it's patented, it's FDA Class 2 cleared, and it's the only device in the world that does what it does in focusing directly to the targeted microcirculation, micro vessels.
Nice.
And inside those vessels, it's not just a tube or they're actually, and they're not static. They're active, they're mobile, they're flexible. And that's because inside of those vessels, you have muscle. And what this current, I'm sorry, it's not a current. What this frequency does is it pulses into the body, covers the entire body. It's a systemic effect. And when it does that, it activates those muscles within the microvessels to contract, relax.
Wow. Wow.
And
So
it's the only one in the world.
yeah, that's amazing. So when I met you in Chicago at a conference, we have a similar mentor. And he goes, yeah, have you ever heard of a Beamer mat? I'm like, what? And he goes, it's just a mat you kind of lay on. And he's telling me everything he just told you. He goes, the best time to lay on this is after your workout for recovery and before you go to bed. It will give you a deeper sleep. One thing he didn't tell me it would do, because I'm sure everyone's, experience is different because everyone's body is different. But number one, he did put me on the mat after I worked out in the morning. Just proof to you guys that no matter, even if I'm traveling, I work out, right, Dr. Mike? I'm always working out.
We were gym rat buddies. We were gym rats.
Yes, we
in
were.
Chicago.
And before I went to bed, he would
Amazing.
put me, before I went to bed, he put me on the mat as well. So when you lay on the mat, I asked him, what are you supposed to feel? He said, you're not going to feel anything now. But what did I feel? I felt something, didn't I? And I still to this day feel it. And I feel this energy movement, kind of like if you've ever done Reiki, then you know what I'm talking about. It feels like something's moving, but no one's touching you. That is your energy field being moved around. And that might sound a little woo-woo to some people, and that's perfectly fine. Yes, thank you. And maybe you feel nothing, because do you feel anything on the mat?
I don't. So just to quickly explain that, you can't feel an electromagnetic frequency.
Yes.
Right? It's like a cell phone or light. You can't feel light, but you know it works. You can't feel oxygen, but you know it works, right?
Yes.
So Beamer PEMF is similar in that way, but what you notice, a lot of people tell me, and what you told me, is you feel that movement in your body. You feel a pulsing, a tingling, a warming sensation, movement. You can't place it, like you can't figure it out what it is or where it is, but you just know because you laid on that mat for 8 minutes. You know it's working because you feel it. You feel the results. Yeah,
it's so true. You do feel some movement. I explain it as I feel my body lighting up. I feel it just livening. Definitely do. And yeah, it's only 8 minutes. And so for me, and this is, I'm going to talk about something that usually people find uncomfortable to talk about. But if you've been following me long enough, I am raw and real. The instant thing that I noticed that Beamer did for me is a problem I know that most people have when they travel. And that is constipation. Like I don't know if you get that, Dr. Mike, but when I travel, and I travel a lot, 2 to 3 times a month, I get backed up. I can't go to the bathroom. That's gross, right? But the Beamer mat kept me consistent. I'm like, this is worth its price just for how much I travel, being consistent, because when you're backed up, that's all kinds of toxins being backed up in your body. That's not a healthy thing at all. Plus you just feel bloated. You feel gross.
Yeah, you feel gross.
But, so you put me on that mat, and then the very next day I went to the bathroom and I was like, oh, wow. And, for the 3 days straight that I had the Beamer mat with you, it was consistent, which was beautiful. And hopefully everybody has that immediate result when they travel, because the Beamer mat you can travel with easily, right? You've traveled with it, correct, Dr. Mike?
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
What do they say to you?
Packs away nice. There's a couple options if you want to take the full mat, but if you don't want to take the full mat, then you can pack it away in a backpack that comes with the unit, and it's just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
And that's you were talking about constipation and getting backed up. That's a very common occurrence. And you don't necessarily have to be traveling either.
True.
Like,
Very true.
but in travel, or just, not even traveling, people are stopped up, backed up, or whatever you want to call it, and constipated, and they get the same benefits,
Yeah.
same results, because it helps to improve the blood flow and the oxygenation, nutrients driven into that area, and also helps to process elimination and toxic waste out of the body.
Yeah. So your body can get rid of toxicity, which is super important, because you can do all the cleanses you want. You can take all the vitamins and minerals you want, but if your body doesn't detoxify properly, you're still going to be backed up of everything that you're trying to clean your body of. And he talks about blood flow, and obviously within our blood is oxygen, and obviously within our blood as well, it's obvious to me, is nutrition. And our body's livelihood is in our blood. It's oxygen. I mean, oxygen, the presence of oxygen diminishes the presence of disease. And maybe people know that, maybe people don't. If you're just hearing it for the first time, it's proven over and over again in science. This oxygen is our life force. We know this. That's why we breathe inherently without us even having to think about breathing, right? Oxygen is our life force. And when you have all this beautiful oxygen inside your body, and you increase your blood flow to areas that blood doesn't normally go through, that's why people have hip surgeries or knee replacements, because we don't open up those areas enough. That's why chiropractic is really good, because you're constantly opening up these sections between your spine and allowing blood flow to go in with that oxygen and that nutrition to clean everything out and detoxify. When things get stuck, bad blood gets stuck in areas because of lack of movement, lack of blood flow, toxins build up, this gludge kind of builds up. Yeah. And it breaks down the bone, it breaks down all your padding, it breaks down whatever vicinity it's in, and that deteriorates. And that's why things need to be replaced. But if we just did the little bit of work every single day, our bodies wouldn't break down like that. And 𝐵EMER is incredible, because if it's provoking blood flow with the oxygen and the nutrition in it, that's life-saving right there.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, promoting that blood flow, and it's 8 minutes twice a day. And I know you just got your 𝐵EMER, so you have not experienced the sleep program on there.
No.
Yet. You will, and that is another huge aspect that the 𝐵EMER provides, is helping people sleep a lot, better, higher quality. Helps you get into that deep sleep, repair, restore, regenerate. So yeah, and I've got a huge testimony on that one too.
That's
a lot of people
is awesome. Yes. So yes, I currently have a 𝐵EMER mat. And even with my traveling, I travel with it. It doesn't count as a carry-on. It doesn't count as anything. You can carry it by itself as long as there's nothing else in the bag. You can carry it, and they can't tell you no, because it's a medical device, right?
That's right.
And so as you can carry it, it won't count as anything, and they let you through with it.
They have to because it's a medical device.
Yeah. Absolutely. So anyone wondering about that. So I currently travel with it, and it's kept me regular. I'm on it for 8 minutes every morning after I work out, and 8 minutes right before I go to bed, because that's what Dr. Mike told me to do. He has me following this program 1
basic plan. Yeah.
Basic plan. So I'm following that to the T. He said, do not divert from that. And if you tell me to do something, I'm gonna do it.
That's right. That's right.
So I have noticed recovery in my body. I have noticed a lot less soreness in my body. I've noticed a deeper ongoing sense of relaxation. I just feel like throughout the day, the way I receive stress or feel stress is very different as well. I don't know if that's,
That's a thing.
It is it's got to be a thing. I'm experiencing it for sure.
Yeah. Me too. I've been experiencing it for almost 6 years now.
So tell me a few things that you immediately started noticing, and then over time, because it's been 6 years, what are the long-term results you're receiving?
So yeah, I'll just quickly I'll explain like how I heard about it almost 6 years ago. I was at a Ninja Warrior backyard competition. This was just a weekend thing. It wasn't, on TV. It was just a fun time. And I injured my left ankle to where what happened was it was like when you hit your funny bone, you just strike your funny bone and it sends shock waves of pain throughout your entire body. Well, that's what happened on my left ankle because I hit the corner of an obstacle and it stung like crazy, but initially. But later on, about 4 or 5 hours later, it swelled up so much I could not walk. I was in so much pain and it was just it was agonizing. And somebody that was in Beamer at the time, they connected with me, and because I tried a lot of different therapies that didn't help me, and that I knew about because I've been in practice. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna all these different therapies, nothing worked. And he showed me this 2-minute blood flow video, and he brought the Beamer out, wrapped a applicator around my ankle for local stimulation. And 8 minutes later, like, I don't know what the heck happened at that point. I was like, I don't know what the heck is happening, if anything at all. But 8 minutes later, I was able to get up and walk on my own power.
Wow.
No pain, no, it was like it never happened. I was absolutely astonished. And so I was floored. And what is this? That was my natural response was, what the heck is this?
What's in this thing?
Yeah. How does this magic carpet work? Like what,
I'm sold.
I was sold right off the bat. So those are some of the things. So it's great for injuries, whether it's athletic or not. And just aches and pains or discomforts, injuries. Long-term benefits I've noticed is better quality sleep. I suffered from PTSD, anxiety, depression, PTSD, and insomnia. So with that patented waveform that we can sleep on, and it runs for 2 hours, and then it pauses in the middle of the night, and then it picks up 2 hours before you want to wake up. It's a sleep mode.
I didn't know about this secret yet.
Yeah, it's a secret. That's what I'm talking about, the sleep program. Once you hit it, you got to wait. You got to allow your body to acclimate to it.
Okay.
Right, because it's throwing signals, gentle frequency or signals to your body, but we're talking 80 to 100 trillion cells in your body.
Yes.
So this sleep program helps to regulate your circadian rhythm, your sleep-wake cycle, helps you get into that REM sleep, that deep restorative, reparative type sleep.
Wow.
And that's what I've noticed, extended use of it.
Yeah. Which that REM sleep is super important. People want to stay in their REM sleep for as long as possible, as deep and as long as possible in your cycles. Every other stage of sleep in one sleep cycle should be the least amount, and that REM should be the longest. But unfortunately, most Americans, most people spend a very short and non-deep REM sleep time every sleep cycle, which makes them feel groggy when they wake up. It makes them still feel tired and not fully rested. And for people who don't know, there's so many beautiful processes that happen in that REM sleep stage. Like Dr. Mike was talking about, definitely recovery, but it's when our hormones are produced the most and our body recovers the most. It's when our fat gets burned the most too. For anyone who's really looking to get their results in their gym or on their current plan to lose weight, like you want that REM sleep. Never sacrifice sleep. If you follow me, you hear me say all the time, I will sacrifice a workout before I sacrifice my sleep. That's how important it is.
That's right.
Yeah. So
That's right.
so this beamer mat is a magic carpet. I can't wait to dive into that sleep setting, that sleep mode too. But I'm doing it the way Dr. Mike is telling me to do it. I'm following instructions. I'm not jumping ahead, even though I'm excited.
Yeah. Wait till week 7. Wait till week 7.
All right.
That's
Week
when you
7,
get on
marking
it.
my calendar. Be
Yeah.
like, it's been week 7. It's time.
It's time, baby.
It is time. Awesome.
Yeah.
Dr.
And the
Mike.
first time I used that mode, week 7, and like I had insomnia so bad, I didn't sleep well for over a decade. And, I'd wake up in the middle of the night, dog tired, but could not sleep because my brain was just like, wow, wound up tight. Well, I just couldn't get to sleep. But as soon as I hit that beam or sleep program, I was out like a light, at least for a solid 8 hours. I don't think I moved. I don't think I moved at all. I remember it to this day. It was almost 6 years ago.
Wow.
But I bounced up out of bed. It was like,
ready to go.
Hallelujah, man. Let's go.
Yeah. And that's how it should be. Every morning you should feel that way. That's normal. That's not like, oh, that's not above normal. That's what we should feel every single morning.
That's right.
That's normal for our body. But most people don't know that as normal.
And that's what this therapy does.
Yeah.
That's
so
what it does.
If someone has insomnia, or if they're an athlete like you and I are, obviously this beamer mat is a no-brainer. But what other types of people would use a beamer mat? Like, what are some other testimonials? And I guess what have people recovered from, or what that have they received from the power of the beamer mat?
Yeah, that's a great question too. And something else that I've noticed over a long period of time is just a sense of wellness, well-being. My response time, my stress level is down. The ability of your nervous system to auto-regulate and bring your body back into balance and homeostasis.
Yes, I love that word.
Homeostasis. That's what we're all striving for. So, yeah, I mean, things like that. You don't have to be an athlete to use this and benefit from it. And it's just one of the. It's ubiquitous. It's all around. I mean, people that are not athletes that are ill, maybe they're not ill, and they just want something to boost their energy levels. They want something to regulate their mental capacity, their function, their mental acuity, stamina, things like that. Now it's not condition specific, so I can't sit here and tell you A, B, C, D disease.
Absolutely.
Right. However, oxygen is, and blood flow is the universal aspect in all those. I've got people that have diabetes that have amazing benefits and results. All kinds of chronic and acute illnesses. So,
this could be that missing piece for a lot of people where they're not getting any other answers. I know I went through that. It's what you told us about your story in the beginning about how you were kind of just left out to the cold, no follow-ups, no direction after being hurt. When I was getting sick and I went to 17 different doctors, they all told me I was fine when clearly I wasn't fine. I knew I wasn't fine. I was deathly ill. How can I be fine with 104-degree temperatures every 3 weeks on the mark? Like, that is not fine. But for anyone who's experienced something similar, like, you're not getting an answer, but something is off, and you're going to be right. Your body more than a doctor does. I'll tell you that much right now. When something is off, it because you keep searching for something to fix it. And this could be a huge benefit for you, this Beamer mat. I'm like really excited about the benefits I'm immediately receiving, and I haven't even been using it for 6 years like Dr. Mike, but I told you my immediate result being more regular and more recovery for my body. I work out hard. I'm in the gym 7 days a week. I don't skip a day, guys. My skipping day, I still go to the gym and I do yoga. That's my off day. And I'm getting incredible recovery from it. And similar to what Dr. Mike just said, I'm way more peaceful throughout the day. I feel less stressed. I'm receiving stress differently. I'm feeling and reacting to stress differently. I don't feel like my nervous system is on high alert. So that's a beautiful thing for sure.
What about, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
About like your immune system? Have you noticed anything with that? Because I've noticed with my immune system, the Beamer has the capacity and the capability to significantly boost your immune system. Because if you're boosting blood flow, improving blood flow, well, what's in that blood flow is the white blood cells. That's your mobile immune system. It's like the cops being out on the street. That's what it's like. And so, obviously the immune system is there to help protect from foreign invaders.
Absolutely.
And that's what I've noticed. So people that have low immune system function can significantly improve their mobile immunity using the Beamer.
And this is going to be, I will have a solid answer on that. I'll have to answer you by calling you, but because, I get my blood tests, the specific panel that me and my team do, with our, a methylation test you have for life. I mean, we once you get methylated tests, you know what your methylation looks like for life. But when it comes to gut health and when it comes to the specific, panel work that we do, something that you can't get from a normal doctor, it tells us, specifically me because of my blood, what my immune system capacity is at. It will actually tell me if it's strong or if it's weak or somewhere in between. So in 1 more month, I'm getting my blood work done again, and I'll be able to tell, because the last time I got it done was right before I decided to go vegan. And when I decided to go vegan, that's also when I got the Beamer mat. So being vegan and doing the Beamer mat consistently now for a month and a half, we're going to see what my blood work looks like on month 3. So because three months is always a good marker to allow your body to kind of reset and do all that. So I will have that answer for you about my immune system. And I'm really excited about that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to hear about it. So yes.
Yes, absolutely. Well, everyone, you heard it straight from Dr. Mike, the 8-minute secret. There's no more excuses about how you can't take care of your health if it's only 8 minutes a day. And this is not 8-minute abs or 5-minute abs. This is whole health. This is whole health. This is a whole health solution. 8 minutes a day. I do it twice a day. If you don't have 8 minutes a day to work on your health, then you're not fully committed to working on your health the way I see it.
That's right. That's right. 8 minutes twice a day. The secret is no longer a secret. The secret is out.
Yes, it is out. The Beamer mat is an incredible, it's an incredible source for you to bring into your home, to bring into your daily routine. Dr. Mike has been using it for 6 years. I was introduced to it a few months ago. I've been using it for a month and a half now, religiously, and it's incredible. It absolutely is incredible. Well, thank you, Dr. Mike, for being here. It's always a pleasure talking with you, picking your brain and talking about things you're super passionate about. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jessica, and just pleased to be here again and to educate people on the healing potential their body has.
Yes, absolutely. Could you drop your contact info one more time for us?
Yes, absolutely. My name is Dr. Mike Longacre. I'm in Dallas, Fort Worth, so Dallas, Texas, more specifically Carrollton. But my phone number is 214-240-6200. Again, that's 214-240-6200. My website is drlongacre.beamergroup.com. And that's Beamer is BEMER.
Nice. Awesome. Definitely reach out to Dr. Mike with any questions you have. Get yourself a Beamer mat. That is what I am telling you to do, because you just won't regret it. You won't regret it. There's going to be no regret whatsoever. That I can promise you. It's nothing but benefit to your health. And if you want to feel better, you want more energy, you want to be more regular, you want better sleep, you want less anxiety, you want less stress, you want your cells to communicate so you can lose that weight. You can have all that resistance that your body is experiencing right now to dissipate. The Beamer mat is going to help you start on that journey for sure. And it's just 8 minutes a day. Thank you all for listening in to this rocking conversation. We appreciate you choosing to spend your time with us. Rock your day, own your day, love yourself, guys. Until next time, adios.